So you may have the question of why would you replace a clock mechanism when you've got one already? Couldn't you just repair it? And the answer is yes, you can repair them. This one has been running for over 50 years. They're supposed to, if you research it, they're supposed to run about 25 to 30 years is about a lifespan of a clock mechanism. And this one was built in 1964. That's the year after I was born. And I am 60 years old this year. So this clock's been running 55 years at least. Because my grandfather bought it and he ran it every day. My dad had it a year or two, and I don't think it ran during that time. And then I've had it ever since, and it has been running every day in my house since I've owned it. I've had to oil it. I've taken it completely apart at one point and cleaned it, and then put it on, took both these front and back plates off, took everything apart, cleaned the whole thing, put it back together, oiled it all. And like I said, it's been running all this time, and now it's just kind of worn out. You can rebuild these, and the bushings is mainly what is worn out on this clock, and you can replace it. You can take it apart and drill these out and put inserts in here, but you have to do it for every single one, front and back. And it was just more work than I was willing to do. I'm not averse to taking it apart. It's just trying to get every one of those bushings to fit exactly right, and all of that was not something that I was really interested in doing. So, but let me show you kind of what happens to these. This is a good example right here. And I don't know, let's see if I can kind of get close to the camera and you can, I don't know if you can see that bushing wobbling in there. Yeah, I think you can. But so what they do, all right, so when a clock is put together, you've got that axle or shaft that comes through there, and it's going to sit like this. And y'all, here I am trying to draw. I can't draw a circle very well, but there's the shaft, all right? And so then you will drill a hole in the brass, and it goes right around it like that with pretty significant clearance from a machinist standpoint. So you've got your shaft, and then you've got a circle around it like that. All right, so that's all well and good, and the oil will come in here and lubricate it, and it'll work fine. As they wear out, and like on this one, mainly it's the drivetrain where the weights have been pulling down on it for a long period of time. And so what happens is you get the top kind of stays round because there's not much pressure on it, and then the bottom kind of comes down like that, and your shaft is sitting right in here because the shaft is what's wearing it out, and the shaft is sitting right down there, and it gets to where there's no clearance on the side. So this is exaggerated, but you got a hole like this, and then it comes down and the sides are kind of pinching, and then the hole goes up, and so you get it to where it's just sort of wedged down in the bottom of that hole. There's no clearance on the sides. It gets wedged in there, and it just stops and takes more weight and more weight to keep it going. Because actually, one of the ways I cheated and kept this clock going longer than it should have was I put some extra weight in one of the weights so that it would keep running, and that got it probably another 10 years down the road before now, you know, I have to replace it all. So anyway, that's what's wrong with this mechanism, and that's why I'm replacing it. So watch the other part of this video if you want to see how I adapted the clock to go from this mechanism to the new one. Hope this was interesting to you. Thank you for watching.